continue with Hilchos De'os. Just to remind us, we did not get to the actual halachas yet. But we said that we're still in introduction, but by the compilers of the book, the translators, and they said that there are a few concerns about what Rambam said. So first is his source, sages, or actually it was taken from medical sources of other people as well, right? Other nations, right? It's one concern. Second one is should we follow this what we said, what Rambam said or not, right? Or we should follow modern medicine, okay? And the third concern, okay, that's what we're going to start with. Is there a contradiction between the advice given in this chapter and the Halachic directives mentioned elsewhere in the Mishneh Torah? In a number of places in this chapter, we find both explicit and implicit conclusions that do not agree with the statements made elsewhere in the Mishneh Torah. For example, Halachah 19, Rambam states that it is improper to engage in sexual relations on the day before one leaves for a journey, right? Because it's going to make a person weak. In a contrast, Hilchos De'os, right, laws of women, 14.2. He states that one should engage in intercourse to satisfy one's wife before departing. In Halachas 1 and 15, he states that elimination should not be delayed. However, he does not use the term forbidden. Okay. However, in Hilchos Ma'achlot Asorot, so it's what is it? The laws of forbidden foods, I think. 1731. He does use this expression in Halachah 4 and suggests that hour of sleep. Right? Okay, one second. He does use this expression. In Halachah number 4, he suggests 8 hours of sleep each night, while in Hilchas Talmud Torah 3.13, he speaks of optimally spending night hours in studying Torah, right? This famous example. Okay. There are two basic approaches to this problem. Okay, so before we continue, let's try to analyze what is the problem. So the problem, I mean, it's of course Rambam Rambam wrote all of the Mishneh Torah. So of course, if he wrote, he remember what he said in that chapter and that chapter. So if he put this seemingly contradictory statements, meaning that he had a reason to do that. So and as we said before in I think last time. So this chapter is in some sense it's not like straight halacha. Like if you don't do it, so you're a sinner. It is actually like a helping tool in order to serve HaShem, right? To go in the ways of HaShem. And the only way you can go in the ways of HaShem if you're healthy. So yeah, try if you have a back pain or a headache, and try to learn 8 hours straight, or I don't know, do mitzvahs. Yeah, go try. It's not going to work out so well, right? So, or the person has a stomach ache, constantly, or I don't know, so some other things. So of course it's not helping, right? So here he's giving us advice, like a general advice how to stay healthy, and there he said halachas. So, I mean, for me there is no contradiction whatsoever, right? Right. But let's see. Let's do this introduction quickly again, right? And it says, is there contradiction between the advice given in this chapter and Halachic directive mentioned elsewhere in the Mishneh Torah? So we said yes. In a number of places in this chapter, we find both explicit and implied conclusions that do not agree with the statements based elsewhere in the Mishneh Torah. Okay. For example, Halachah 19, Rambam states that it is improper to engage in sexual relation on the day before one leaves on a journey, right? Because in olden days, people would walk on a journey. Meaning walk, or even if he would ride an animal. It's also not a ride on in a car or something, right? For sure, it's not. Okay, so right, so it's proper for a person to be strong, but right, 1 second. In a contrast, his Hilchos issues, he states that one should engage in intercourse to satisfy his wife before departing. Right, so like when he's going and when he's coming back. Okay, so that's Halachah. So again, there is no contradiction. So meaning if he's weak to begin with, he does not feel well and he goes to the journey, so don't do that. But otherwise, yeah. In Halachas 1 and 15, he stated that elimination should not be delayed. However, he does not use it for forbidden, right? For forbidden to hold oneself back, right? However, in Hilchas Masrot Asurot, he does use this expression, right? Expression, I don't remember what exactly was content there. Okay. In Halachah 4, he suggests 8 hours of sleep each night, while in the Hilchas Talmud Torah, he speaks optimally spending 9 hours in study of Talmud, study. Meaning, if you have strength and if you have this opportunity to study and you can sleep 3 hours, 4 hours, let's say, and it is fine and you can function, yeah, that's amazing. But otherwise, if you going to be like sleepy the whole day and would not be able to concentrate, who needs that, right? Okay. There are two basic approaches to this problem. Okay. A. The Maggid Avraham explained that in this chapter, the Rambam is speaking strictly from the standpoint of health and does not consider other halachic issues, which is straightforward, right? So if you want to be healthy, right, you need to sleep 8 hours. If you want to push it and maybe not be so healthy, so you can sleep less. Okay. So, I mean, but like the best for the body is to sleep 8 hours. Once a person knows the proper medical perspective, he should try to adapt his life of these norms to the fullest degree possible. However, on no account should Halachah be sacrificed for the sake of general directive on health, right? So it's very interesting how he wrote it. So let's review it again and explain. So Maggid Avraham explains. So Rambam, strictly speaking, standpoint health, right? So all other points do not consider. Once a person knows the proper medical perspective, meaning that you should sleep 8 hours, he should try to adapt his life to these norms, right, to the fullest degree possible. Meaning maybe work less. I don't know. Work less. However, on no account should Halachah be sacrificed for the sake of a general directive of health, as we said, I think in introduction, and also in a commentary in the last chapter. So health is very important, but it should not be the goal of its own, right? Of itself. It's just health, and a healthy lifestyle is a tool to become better servant of Hashem. That's it. So it's not like she wants to be healthy and period. Okay, eat all of the avocados. So B. There are no contradiction between the sets of two directives, and more detailed analysis of the matter will reveal how the apparent contradiction can be resolved. For example, in regard to intercourse, before departing on a journey, the Rama Orach Chaim 240:15 explained that the obligation applies when journey by coach and the prohibition when journey by foot. So, as we said, it's a huge difference. Similarly, in other cases, there is no conflict between the guidelines the Torah sets for our behavior and those that are appropriate for our health. Those interested in a more detailed treatment of the Rambam medical teaching should consult his scientific writings, in particular the regimen of health and the medical aphorisms, where much of the subject matter is discussed in greater depth. Very interesting. Okay. We're not going to learn it. It's not our topic, but let's see what Rama said and others. Okay. So again, second. So first approach, it's only medical advice, and if you want to be the best version of yourself, server of HaShem, so you have to push it. So maybe cut a little from this 8 hours. Unless a person is sick, as we said, and he would not be able to function next day, then sleep 8 hours. So again, there are no contradiction between the sets of the directives, and more detailed analysis on the matter will reveal how apparent contradiction can be resolved. For example, in regard to intercourse before departing the journey, Rama explained that the obligation, journey by coach, and prohibition by journey on foot. I mean, it's the way I see it. Whatever Ramai says, it's logical. I understand, but on another hand, why Rambam did not say it explicitly, right? Because without this commentary, it would be absolutely confusing. That's not clear. Similarly, in other cases, there is no conflict between the guidelines of the Torah sets and our behavior and those that are appropriate for health, right? Okay, so we stop. Continue. So, meaning there is no contradiction. Okay, so now we go to this chapter 4 and Halachah number 1. And let's read without commentaries, and then, actually there is no commentaries. Only a few. Okay. Very short. And it says, since maintaining a healthy and sound body is among the ways of God, this is called the way of God, referring chapter 1, Halachah 7, that describe the middle path and command to walk in his ways. Okay, so meaning, again, since maintaining healthy and sound body is among the ways of God, okay, for one cannot understand or have knowledge of the Creator if he is ill, therefore he must avoid that is harm his body and accustom himself that which is healthy and helps his body to become stronger. The guidelines are as follows. So it's very, very simple. A person should never eat unless he is hungry. I think all of us are guilty of it. Unless he is hungry. And right. And not drink unless thirsty, even water, right? He should never put off revealing himself, even for an instant. Should not, right? Rather, whenever he feels the need to urinate or move his bowels, he should do so immediately. Okay. So let's do this from the beginning, and we're going to explain. Very interesting. So since the maintaining healthy and sound body is among the ways of God, so this we explain, right? For one cannot understand or have any knowledge of the Creator if he is ill. Therefore, he must avoid that which harms his body. So, and I knew a few people who were in constant pain, I think. So, and maybe not in constant, but a lot of time they were in pain, and you see a person the whole body is shaking, right? All this strange moves, hands are shaking, it's terrible. So and you talk to the person and he asks what did he say, and you repeat again and 2 times and 3 times. So, I mean, it's a little annoying. But you understand that the person cannot concentrate because of this pain. Unbelievable. So one one of the persons, so we used to pray together. Terrible story. I mean, so he was in constant pain. I think a back, and for many years, 20 something years, 20 something years. So and he told me this story. I mean, he probably told everybody this story. So when his daughter was born, I mean, like tiny baby, I don't know, like infant. I don't know, like tiny. And he was trying to pick her up. It's something like clicked in his spine, and that's it. So since then, he's always in pain. And then sometimes later, but somebody told me, you know that his daughter died. I said, his daughter died. Like, how old is she? And they say, yeah, she's in her 20s, early 20s. You serious? Why? What is like? I mean, I did not ask why I did, but somebody told me later. You know why she died? So how do I know? Like, why would I know? Who am to know? And then they told me that's what happened. So all of these years he was in pain, and he told the story that he shared with me. He is a stranger, so he shared the story with actually with everybody. So and his daughter heard the story many times. And guess what? On a Father's Day, she went and jumped from a bridge, right? And she left a note. Very interesting. Like, not very tragic, but this guy, like, always, like, hands are shaking, the eyes, like, wandering. So, like, yeah. So for sure, like, for me, it's unfortunately the example how when person in pain cannot concentrate on anything. Right. Very tragic story. Okay. So again, sorry, but okay, that's a thought. For one cannot understand or have knowledge of Creator if he is ill, and therefore he must avoid that which harms the body, and accustom himself to that which is healthy and helps the body become stronger. Right. So meaning you eat well, as we said, I think in the first chapter. So all of the physical activities we can elevate to the status of holiness. So you say I'm going to eat this. It's not because I like it very much, but because it's actually good for my body. It's very healthy. So it's very healthy. That's how I'm going to eat, and it's not because I want to be healthy, but because I want to be a servant of HaShem. So I want to. I don't know, have my mind very clear. Okay. So again, custom himself, which is healthy and helps the body to become stronger. Whatever is it. So right. Usually it's not the most tastiest food. Right? Usually, like the most tastiest food is not good for us. It's whether salty or too sugary or too fatty. The guideline says as follows: a person should never eat unless he's hungry. Oh, so I'm not sure. I don't remember when if he's going to explain what is hungry mean. Right? Hungry means that you're going to eat whatever is available. So if you're hungry, really hungry, you work the whole day and you forgot, and you like, or you were in a rush, you skip the breakfast. Now it's 10 p.m. So what are you going to do? Go eat whatever is there, whatever on the table, whatever is in the refrigerator, you're going to eat. Right? It means that that's the definition of hunger. But if you said, what do we have? What do we have tonight? And your wife tells, say, I don't know, whatever she says. Oh no, this I don't want. So meaning that the person is not hungry, right? So he or she may be craving something. So craving and hungry, two separate things, right? So Rambam said, and it's we have to adapt that, starting with me, right? So it's from me. It's so eat only when we are hungry, right? And drink only when we are thirsty. Okay. So it's actually a suggestion from Bracha 62b. Continue. He should never put off relieving himself even for an instant. So meaning a person has to plan his journey, your journey. So if you know that you're going to go somewhere and maybe there is a public restroom, maybe not, maybe it's going to be filthy, right? And you discuss it to go there. So yeah, so make sure before you leave your house, you have to go 100%. Right? He should never put off relieving himself even for an instant. Right? Rather, whenever he feels the need to urinate or move his bowels, he should do so immediately. Right? So it's very, very important. Okay, not introduction to this chapter. Okay, no problem. Immediately. So continue. Halacha number 2. One should not eat until his stomach is full. Rather, he should stop when he has eaten, close to the 3/4 of the full satisfaction. So that's golden. Of course, there is a commentary. So let's continue. One should drink only a small amount of water during the meal, and mix that with wine. And right, so we're going to explain. When food begins to be digested in his intestines, he may drink what is necessary. However, he should not drink much water, even when the food has been digested. Okay. One should not eat until he has checked himself thoroughly that he does not need to relieve himself. He should not eat until he is taking a stroll, which is sufficient to raise his body temperature. We're going to explain all of this. Alternatively, he should work or exert himself in some other way. The rule is that he should engage his body and exert himself in a sweat-producing task each morning. Afterwards, he should rest slightly until he regains composure, and then he should eat. If he were to bathe in hot water after exerting himself, it would be beneficial. Afterwards, he should wait a short while and eat. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let's. This halacha is golden. I mean, all of it, but this full of directions. And as you see, it's a very straightforward directions. It's like when I was studying it first time, like you don't see anything like extraordinary. You have to climb on the top of the mountain or something, live there for 7 weeks. No, it's like very straightforward, very simple, very logical, very sound, and comes from Rambam. Okay. So somebody does not agree, I mean, that's their own business. Again, one should not eat until the stomach is full. Meaning some people, as we said, or we're going to say, I don't remember, we said it or not. So all of this, I think we said, we said that where? In the Shmona Prakim. So all of the sicknesses come from overeating, right? Overeating, even the healthy food. So not healthy, it's needless to say. But if a person overate the healthy food, it's not good. So it's better eat a little not healthy food than overeat the healthy food. Okay, so overeating is a killer. Rather, he should stop when he has eaten close to the 3/4 of a full satisfaction. Okay. So let's see. Note also chapter 1, Halacha 4 and 5. Halacha 2, where Rambam counsels eating no more than one's basic needs. Okay, so that's a different story. Okay, so before we continue, so 3/4 of the stomach, meaning that can you eat more? Yeah, for sure you can eat more, but you understand that it's time to stop. I mean, in the beginning, it's hard to gauge it. How do I know it's 3/4 or I don't know 7/8? How would I know, right? So, but after some times, you would see, you would be able to tell, right? So you're still a little hungry, but you know it's time to stop, right? The more time, the more space the stomach has for expansion, stomach, intestines, so the best digestion is going to work out. Okay. And when a person overeats, like it's overburdened the intestine, the stomach, it cannot work properly. That's the issue. Okay. Continue. One should drink only small amounts of water during the meal and mix it with wine. Right. So I mean, wine was very popular, right? And it was like in the olden days, meaning people drank wine almost always. That's why there is no blessing of the Kohanim after Shacharis, right? I mean, in Musaf they do, because Musaf comes after Shacharis. But in the Mincha, we read blessing of the Kohanim. I'm not sure what Sephardim do, if they have actually Kohanim blessing, I'm not sure. On of the fast day. So on the fast day, yes, right? So since everybody's fasting, so like we don't suspect that the coin is going to be intoxicated, right? But general rule is that people would get to drink some wine, okay, during the meal. Okay. When the food begins to be digested in his intestines, he should drink what is necessary. So after start. So meaning don't water down your stomach acids, like juice, right? Stomach juice, whatever it's called. Understand? Because it is like high potency to work. But if you dilute it with water, it's not good. Water or other beverages. However, he should not drink much water even when the food has been digested. Okay, so some people drink a lot of water, so Rambam said not so healthy. Okay. Right. So not so healthy. Continue. One should not eat until he checked himself thoroughly, and that he does not to relieve himself. Right? It's very, very important. So sometimes person is so hungry, and then he said, no, let me eat first, and then I go to the bathroom. No, it's not proper. Right? Rambam said, first go empty yourself, and then at least try, and then go eat. Right? And that's why Shulchan Aruch says, right? Shulchan Aruch, and we learn in the Kitzur, that situation when somebody just use the facilities, and then he needs to wash his hands nitilas yadayim, what a person should do. So and that halacha actually connects to this halacha. So it's proper before meal, go and check yourself. Okay. He should not eat until he has taken a stroll, which is sufficient to raise the body temperature. So when the body temperature, blood start circulating faster, right? The temperature is rising. So now it's easier for the stomach to digest the food. That's the explanation. Alternatively, he should work to work or exhort himself in some other way. So I mean, right. So not always you have an opportunity to stroll, to walk around. Okay, so maybe the work is useful, and plus you get your body ready. Okay. The rule is that he should engage his body and exhort himself in a sweat producing each morning. Okay, so let's see commentary. Not further remarks on exercise in Halachas 14 and 15. Right, exercise meaning person. I'm talking about men. Maybe walk to shul if it's possible. Sometimes it's not possible. It's very far, and there is no time. Right, so it depends when they finish. So if you have time to go home and have a breakfast and go to work, it's one thing. But if like in a place where I pray, some people like they like on Sunday they would walk, right? But during the week they come with the car because they go straight to work, right? Or they take bus to work, whatever, right? So There is no other way, right? But if you have chance, right, to walk back, so it would be amazing exercise, and then you eat. Okay. So again, to raise our body temperature. Alternatively, he should, okay. The rule is that he should engage his body in exert himself, sweat producing each morning. Afterwards, he should rest slightly until regain the composure. So sometimes regaining composure, you need to sit down like for 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever you need, right? That's actually suggestion for all other activities. Don't start. You just came from, I don't know, from outside, and you started like right away you jump on the next task. It's not proper. Sit down, 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever you need, and then get your composure, and then do. Okay. If he were to bathe in hot water after exerting himself, it would be beneficial. And we're going to talk about bathing and how to do it and when to do it, right? So meaning after like hot water is always good, right? Afterwards, he should wait a short while and eat. So don't eat right after like especially like in the olden days when they would go to the baths, right, and sometimes a sauna or something, like it would be too hot, so person is overheated, and in some cultures they start drinking cold, like after this sauna, they start eating and drinking like cold beer or something. That's a killer for the body, killer. Okay. So halacha number 3. One should always eat while seated or recline on the left side. He should not walk about, right, exert himself, subject his body to standing, to a startling influence, nor take stroll until the food has been digested in his intestines. Anyone who takes a stroll or exerts himself after eating brings serious harmful illness upon himself. Right, that's very, very important. So don't just like finish eating and run, right? Okay. So if person must go to the office or his job, so usually like I would always have my breakfast in my office. Okay. So if you read your emails, you're getting ready, and then like now you sit down, you all relax, you finally got there, and that's what you do, having breakfast. Okay. So one more time, this halacha: one should always eat while seated and or reclining to his left side, like on Pesach, right? That's what we do. We recline on the left side, but not standing. So standing, I mean, some like if you want to have a drink of water, that's maybe different. But otherwise, if it's not a snake, so snake or snack, so it's properly to sit down. And I saw people Baruch HaShem Talmidei Chachamim, so he would have especially like mizonos for sure, like a cookie. So he would say 1 second, he would sit down, make a blessing, eat right after if you finish eating, and then you get up, say blessing. Very, very like precise. Baruch HaShem. So commentary saying, in Talmudic times it was customary for men of position to eat reclining on couches, as was customary in Greek and Roman circles. The advice to favor the left side is derived from Pesachim 108a, which speaks about reclining in the Passover Seder. Right. It explains that one reclines on the right, it's possible the food may enter windpipe rather than gullet and cause the person to choke. Okay, so I mean I'm not sure. I mean, you probably have to get used to it, but like for me, I'm just thinking like lay on a couch on the left side is so inconvenient. I don't know, so inconvenient eat like that. But that's what people did. I mean, that's I guess these foods were the entertainment or something. Okay. So it was number 6. Continue. he should, so after so he should eat while sitting. He should not walk right or exert himself or subject his body to startling influence, nor take a stroll until the food has been digested in his intestines. So meaning, so we finish with eating. So now even like after he finished food, so don't walk about, right? Exert himself, meaning right after the food, or the person would bend, like I don't know, do something. No. So that's very very not healthy, very not healthy. Okay. So until the food has been digested in his intestines, and we're going to see how to determine that point. That's actually the point of digestion when that we discussed in our class Halachas of Brachas, right? That's after that point we're no longer allowed to say the after blessing. Anyone who takes a stroll or exerts himself after eating brings serious and harmful illness upon himself. Right, so it's proper, like for example, I don't know, the people in construction, I don't know, moving, I don't know, some very very hard jobs, right? So very heavy lifting or something. So like even after finish eating, so try to sit for some time before you start working, right? Because as he said, so a person brings serious harmful illness upon himself. So when person exert himself right after a meal. Number 4, together day and night make up a period of 24 hours. Here we go. It is sufficient for a man to sleep a third of this period. There is 8 hours. They should be toward the end of the night, so that there will be 8 hours from the beginning of his sleep until sunrise. So again, those are what? Seasonal hours. Okay. Thus he should rise from his bed before sunrise. Before sunrise. Before sunrise. Okay, no, that's it. Okay, so let's try to understand. So, but this thing is not so easy, right? And I'm going to explain why. Because like every day, you would need to wake up in different time. Okay, so again, together day and night make up a period of 24 hours. That's what we're going to learn. We learned it last Tuesday. Last Tuesday we were talking about Zmanim, right? All the times, like about different things. Okay, right? Day and night period 24 hours. It is sufficient for a man to sleep a third of this period. So right, so a third of this period there is 8 hours. But it's very interesting. So, but this 8 hours is going to be different between summer and winter. Okay. So, commentary saying Hilchos Talmud Torah 3:13. Rambam speaks of spending one's night in a study of the Torah. Right. So here he said that proper to get the best sleep last 8 hours of the night right before the sunrise. Okay. This should be toward the end of the night, so that there be 8 hours from the beginning of his sleep until the sunrise. Okay, so now sunrise by us is very interesting. So we have to wait. No. Prayer starts like normally, but in the winter sometimes we have to wait. How much we have to wait sometimes? Until Ishtabach. So the whole Psukkah de Zimra, everybody says that Talsat Tefillin. Only after that we can put. Interesting. Okay. Thus he should arise from his bed before the sunrise. Okay, so commentary say, it has been suggested that Rambam wishes the pre-sunrise awakening to allow for the reciting Shema to the end of the sunrise. Okay, so meaning Shema in a proper time. I mean right. It's not proper. In the best time. Okay, meaning that this Shema is going to be at home. Hilchos Kriya Shema 111. Okay. So let's do next one. So number 5. One should not sleep face down, right? So that's what we discussed many times. Or on his back, but on his side. Oh yes. We actually discussed it in what is it in? It's the last siman in that volume of Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, right? How do we behave at night? So again, one should not sleep face down or on his back, but on his side, on his left side in the beginning of the night and the right side at the end of the night. He should not retire shortly after eating, but should wait until the 3 or 4 hours. One should not sleep during the day. So that's let's see this Halachah with commentaries, and we try to explain. So you see, like just to learn this chapter without Shmona Prakim, it's hard. It's hard because one adds to another. Okay, one should not sleep his face down on his back. Commentary. Hilchos De'os 21:19 explain that this position may cause sexual thought, right, to be aroused. It is questionable whether this is also the rationale for the advice being given or that Rambam had other health reasons in mind. Okay, so there he said because of it can bring to wasting seed in the Hilchos issue. But here maybe there is some other consideration. Okay, because here we're talking about health. So again, one should not sleep his face down or on his back, but on his side, right? On his left side, in the beginning of the night, right? So I think in Kitzur we explained because in this case the liver is going to be on top of his stomach. And with liver is hot, so it's going to help digestion, right? So I mean, that's how I remember we said, okay. And then, but after the digestion is over, so he would turn to right side. I mean, it's hard to sleep on one side unless person is so tired, so because overworked or something's going on in personal life, they just put their head to the pillow and that's it. It would not move for the whole night, right? And then okay. So on the right side, so start on the left side while the food is still being digested. But we said after 3 hours it should not be any food. Could be, but should not. I mean, if it's meat, yes, it could be some food. Okay, so again, on the right side and at the end of the night, he should not retire shortly after eating. So I mean, this is problematic, as I said before. This is a problematic on Friday night. On Friday night, I mean, you finish your meal. I mean, for sure. I mean, for sure, we don't wait 3 hours for sure not. On other the days of the week, that's what I'm trying to follow. 3 hours to eat 3 hours. I mean, it's not always working out, but most of the time it does. Right, to eat last meal 3 to 4 hours before going to bed. Okay, and it's very important to adopt this, right? Because it's very important. So you would feel lighter, you will feel more energetic when you wake up. Okay. Next one should not sleep during the day, right? To take a nap. Again, if person is tired and he did not or she did not sleep the full night and they need this power nap, they call it, right, to get the energy boost, that's a must. Or on Shabbos we said that for enjoyment, it's part of enjoying of Shabbos. But again, those are a few exceptions. But otherwise, like some people like to take a nap for no reason, just to enjoy it. Right. Okay, so let me see what time is it. 1 second. Okay, so maybe let's do another one. So as we see, all of these halachas like packed with all the details and like all of these directions like to the point, and I think it's very easy to follow. I think we just have to change our schedule a little, but it's easy to follow. So number 6, laxative foods such as grape, figs, mulberries, pears, melons, certain types of cucumbers, and certain types of zucchini should be eaten first before the meal. One should not eat them together with the main meal. Rather, he should wait until they are descended from the upper stomach and then eat his meal. Okay. Foods which are constipating, such as pomegranates, quinces, apples, and what? Crustaminian pears. I'm not sure what is it. Should be eaten immediately after the meal and not in quantity. Okay, so let's do this halacha again and we'll try to explain. Laxative foods such as grapes, figs, mulberries, pears, melons, and certain types of cucumbers. So you see in some cultures that they have this thing that when they start formal meal from a fruit salad, right? So it's I mean sometimes in Jewish dinners, like also I always read it in the books, but I think they got it from there, or it was old custom. I'm not sure. But if people would eat these fruits, so usually we eat fruits, but when we eat fruits as a dessert and in the end of the meal, it's like only a few fruits. It's not like something significant. But again, so Rambam said, laxative foods such as grape, figs, mulberries, pears, melons, certain types of cucumbers. Okay, so let's see commentary. Okay, so it's like C12. Okay, it's okay. Forget it. I don't want to confuse. They have sometimes there are two different manuscripts. They say we use this because of this and that. Okay, right to cucumbers, certain types of zucchini. Okay, so continue. Also, they say why they call it zucchini. Should be eaten first before meal. Right. So zucchini usually people use it like in some kind of salads or fried or something baked. But here they say usually before the meal. One should not eat them together with the main meal. So meaning you want to eat them since they're laxative, like before, give it some time to digest and then eat the meal. Right. So yeah, let them descend from upper stomach and then eat the meal. Foods which are constipating, such as pomegranates, quinces, apples, and crustaminian pears should be eaten immediately after the meal and not in quantities. So meaning Rambam said is right as we learned before. So he said it's not like it is, he's against like eating this food. Even this harmful in some sense harmful foods. So you can eat, but not a lot and at proper time. Some of them we said before the meal, and some of them after the meal. So I mean I think it's a very very simple thing to follow. And the last one, and we're going to stop. A person should, so it's not number 7. a person who desires to eat poultry and meat in one sitting should eat poultry first. So as we said, because it's lighter meat. Similarly, if he desires to eat both eggs and poultry, he should eat the eggs first, right? So meaning eggs much lighter. Right. If he desires to eat both meat and of the large cattle and of the small cattle, he should eat the meat of the small cattle first, and he should always eat the lighter fare first and the heaviest fare afterwards, right? So that's a general approach to our meal. So the lighter foods before and heavier foods after, right? So meaning that the lighter foods would start digestion quicker, right? And then the turn is going to come to the heavier food, right? But if you start with the heavier food, so these lighter foods are going to stay there in stomach juices, and nothing is going to be going with them. That's the problem. Okay, so a small cattle, meaning they say bovine family, avine family. So bovine family, right? So small cattle, meaning the goats and sheep, and large cattle is the cows. Okay. So meaning if person is going to eat eggs and chicken, chicken and goat and what is it and a cow, so he starts with eggs, chicken, and goats and a cow. Right. All right. I think we can stop here. It's a lot of material, and let's see if we have any questions on the topic. So as you see, Rambam is very straight to the point. Okay. Stop.